Hey there everybody, it's time for another game in the Rick Sutcliffe replay. I've got the situational stats on the whiteboard there in real life and in the replay. He's doing not so good in the replay because of the previous outing in San Diego where he took his only loss. He gave up 5 runs and that kind of bumped his ERA up just a tad. He had another inning and 2/3 more pitching so far. 25 hits. He's given up the 4 home runs, and he did not do that in real life through the number of games he has pitched. That could be attributed to the 50-50 split in strat, where, on the batter card, Sutcliffe has no say in the matter. But hopefully that will even out over the whole replay. 8 walks in real life to 6, 32 strikeouts to 30, and a 3-1 record. Of course, he was 16-1 on the season, so he definitely needs to step up his game, so to speak. And he might have a chance to do that because he's playing an inferior opponent in San Francisco. So he's at Candlestick Park. And he'll be facing Mark Davis, the pitcher for the Giants. And I'm going to try a new setup again. I know I keep experimenting all the time, it seems like. But keep trying to find something that works. So let's move this out of the way. And what I decided to do this time, hopefully that will work well, is put the pitcher card right here and the batter card right here. Hopefully you can see both of those fairly clearly. And then roll the dice up here against this little backboard. And the score sheet is off to my right, so that won't be visible during the game, but I don't know that that really makes that much of a difference. I can certainly try to update the score. I always update the score every half inning, and then to give a recap at the end. So hopefully this will work okay. Mark Davis, the lefty, against Bob Dernier, the right-hander, and we're underway from Candlestick. It's a 2-5 against the lefty for Dernier, and that's a ground ball to short. And so we're underway, 1 down. That will send up number 2 hitter, Ryan Sandberg. So Sandberg. And that's a 2-11 for Sandberg. That's another ground ball to short. So Mark Davis has the ground balls working early on. 2 up, 2 down, and that'll bring up the Sarge, Gary Matthews. And that is a 3-11. 3-11 is a fly ball to right. That's going to end the inning. So Mark Davis got all 3 results off the batter cards and got them all out. So took care of that rather easily. 3 up, 3 down. And now Sutcliffe on the mound will be facing leadoff hitter Dan Gladden, or as Chris Berman used to call him, Dan Man from Gladden. Righty on righty, it's a 3-11, and that's a strikeout. So Sutcliffe getting the strikeout to start the inning. I'm going to just put the card on top, probably just as easy, instead of moving them all the time. All right, next up, Bob Brenly, the catcher. 1-7. These are the as-played lineups. 1-7 against a right-hander is a pop-up to short. So 2 up, 2 down, and that'll bring up Chili Davis, the center fielder. I'm sorry, right fielder. It's a 1-7, and that's a strikeout. So both pitchers solid in the first, no score. And we go to the second. And for the Cubbies, they will lead off with Keith Moreland. So Keith Moreland, the first baseman. Leon Durham must have been injured during this time because I'm using the as-played lineups and he is not playing. Of course, they are facing a lefty, so that could have had something to do with it. So here's Moreland, 6-11 off of Davis's card. That's a fly ball to right field X. And the right fielder is Chili Davis. He is a 2 and an E13. Remember, we're playing advanced now, not super advanced. So it's a 2 and a 12. That could be an error check. In fact, it probably is. 2 and a 12. Yes, that is an error check. So we'll roll for an error. And he is an E13. Not too good. 6 E13 and a 6 is E13 and a 6 is a 2-base error. Look at this. E13 and a 6 is a 2-base error on Chili Davis. So Moreland will reach on the E9, 2-base error. And that'll bring up Jody Davis, the catcher. See if they can't take advantage of the error. It is a 1-8 against the lefty, and that's a strikeout. So 1 away. And that'll bring up Ron Say, the Penguin. That's a 1-6 against the lefty, and that's a walk. So that'll put runners at first and second with 1 out for Gary Woods. He is a specialist against hitting against left-handed pitching. Let's just look at his column 2 there with all his home runs. He is playing right field today because Moreland moved from right field to play first base. It's a 2-7, so he found his column 2, but it wasn't the home run, it was a walk. And that's going to load the bases. So bases are now loaded with 1 out for Larry Boa. See what he can do. Switch hitting shortstop. Batting right-handed, it's a 6-9. Oh, and against Mark Davis, that's 6-9. 1-4 is a triple, 5-20 is a double. So a couple of runs are going to score for sure. And that is a double for Larry Boa. So Boa, a double. And we know for sure that Moreland's going to score. And we know that Ron Say is going to score. Now the question is, can Gary Woods score? The double went to center field. Gladden's an E0 arm. Runner was not being held because he's part of, he was the last man in the line of bases loaded. So Gary Woods, didn't write down his run number, he runs at a 13. So Gary Woods, he does not get the advantage of the 2 outs because there's only 1 out. So we're basically looking at a 1-13. And with only 1 out, they are going to hold him at third. So he will stop at third. Runners at second and third. Only 1 out. And the pitcher, Rick Sutcliffe, up. Infield is in. And that is a 6-3. And remember, Sutcliffe bats left-handed, even though he pitches right-handed. 6-3 is a fly ball left field X. So the left fielder, in this case, Jeffrey Leonard, is a 1 and an E10. And that is a 5. So 1 and a 5 for a left fielder is a fly ball B, so it is a sacrifice fly by Rick Sutcliffe. So Sutcliffe helping himself out with a sac fly. Wood scores easily. And it's 3-0 Cubs. 2 outs now. And we're back to the top of the order for Bob Dernier. And Boa still at second. 5-8. 5-8 is a fly ball to center. That's going to end the inning. But the Cubbies pick up 3 runs, and they've given Sutcliffe something to work with here. We go to the bottom of the second inning. And it's Cubs 3, Giants nothing. And Sutcliffe will be hitting the mound, enjoying a 3-0 lead. He's going to be facing Jeffrey Leonard. Jeff Leonard. Leonard is the left fielder. It is a 4-8 against the righty. 4-8 is a walk. So Jeff Leonard, a leadoff walk. That will bring up next batter, Joel Youngblood. He is at third base. It's a 4-11 off of Sutcliffe. 4-11 is a fly ball to right field X. That's Gary Woods. Woods is a 2. And that is a 3, so we'll see if he's able to make that play. A 2 and a 3 is not going to be made. It's a single with 2 stars, so Youngblood singles. Leonard goes to third. Giants have runners on the corners, nobody out. And the catcher, Steve Nicosia, is to the plate. Cubs at double plate depth. They want to turn 2 if they can, and they'll give up the run. 3-4. 3-4 is a ground ball third base A, and that's exactly what they did. It's a 5-4-3 double play for 2 quick outs. Now Leonard does score, but they trade that run for the 2 outs to keep it from being a big inning. So it's 3-1, but Sutcliffe will take it to get out of this jam. Now there's 2 out spaces empty, and he's looking at shortstop Johnny LeMaster to finish out the inning if he can get LeMaster. If he can master LeMaster. 2-8. 2-8 for LeMaster. It's a single though, so he's going to keep the inning going. So that's a 2-out single. That brings up Brad Wellman, second baseman, number 8 hitter. Mark Davis is on deck, the pitcher. 2-6 for Wellman is a ground ball to third, and that's going to end the inning. But the Giants pick up a run, and after 2 complete, it is the Cubs 3 and the Giants 1. And let's see what the Cubbies can do now against Mr. Mark Davis. He will be facing Ryan Sandberg. So Sandberg getting the first shot at Mark Davis. Sandberg grounded to short his first time up. The 4-7 against a righty for Mark Davis is a single. Solid single for Sandberg. And he could be thinking about running. He is an A stealer. As an A stealer, starts out with a 1-15. You do lose 2 for being held, makes it a 13. And then the catcher arm out of Bob Brenly. We'll check his arm rating. Bob Brenly. Let's see here. He's a +1 arm, so you're talking about a 1-14 chance for Sandberg if he wants to go. So they're going to take that chance, 1-14. That's an acceptable risk. So they'll send him, and he makes it. So Sandberg. I hope I'm doing that right, because I've been fluctuating between advanced and playing a lot of super advanced, and so sometimes the rules can get a little crossover on me. But hopefully that was correct in the advanced. Just check the catcher and you deduct for the hold, and you don't use the jump. You just go by the alphabet rating of the runner. All right, so that's going to bring up the Sarge, Gary Matthews. That is a 1-6 for Matthews against a lefty. That's a strikeout. So Matthews out on strikes. 1 away for Keith Moreland. Moreland, a 5-9 against a righty. That's an in-home run chance for Mark Davis right there. In-home run. Moreland has normal power, so that is a home run for Keith Moreland. Keith Moreland, a 2-run shot. And the Cubbies now lead at 5-1. And the Giant bullpen loosening in a hurry. Mark Davis does lead off the next inning, so they'd like to get him through this inning if they can, if at all possible. Here's Jody Davis. It's a 1-5 against a lefty. It's a fly to left field, and that's out number 2. So 2 down. And that will bring up the Penguin, Ron Say. 5-7. 5-7 is a strikeout. So that's going to end the inning. But 2 more score. And after 2.5, it is the Cubs comfortably in front by the score of 5-1. And now we'll get a pinch hitter for Mark Davis as his turn has come up in the order, and they're going to go ahead and pinch hit for him. So we'll see who the Giants bring off the bench and who they got in the bullpen. On the bench, they're going to bring in Gene Richards. So Gene Richards is going to lead off. And they need somebody in kind of long relief here because of the shortness of the outing by Mark Davis. So they're going to go with right-hander Frank Williams. So he will be the new pitcher for the Giants in the 4th. It'll be Frank Williams. So Williams will take over in the 4th. And pinch hitting is Richards to lead off the 3rd. All right, so Gene Richards, former San Diego Padre, will lead off against Rick Sutcliffe. It's a 2-6 for Richards against a righty, and that's a single. So Richards with a single to lead things off. Down 5-0. They're not going to attempt to steal. They're just going to play it out. And we will have Dan Gladden, top of the order for the Giants. That's a 4-4 against Sutcliffe, against a righty. That's an in-home run chance right here, in-home run chance. Gladden, however, is weak against right-handed pitching. So that's going to be a single. Unless we get a 20, then it'll be a double. But anything other than a 20, it's a single and 2 stars. And we get a 20, so it's actually a double for Dan Gladden. He will double. Now we have to see if Richards can score. Richards runs well. It's 16. He was being held, so that's a -1 for a 15. The double goes to center field, so Drenier's a -1. That makes it a 14. So 1-14, he will score, but you're down 5-0 and there's nobody out, so no reason in the world to take the chance. They're going to stop him at 3rd, and runners at 2nd and 3rd, nobody out for the catcher, Bob Brenly. They'll play the infield back to get the out. 5-9 for Sutcliffe. 5-9 is a ground ball shortstop X. That's Larry Boa. Larry Boa is a 3 E22. And that's an 8. So we'll see if he makes the play on a 3-22. Shortstop a 3 and an 8 is an error check. So we're going to his error check, which is an E22. And that's a 9. So E22 and a 9. E22 for a shortstop and a 9 is a ground ball A. So ground ball A, runners have to hold. But it doesn't really make sense, though, with the infield back. So I can't see a scenario where they would hold on that situation if you're playing realistically, especially on a grass field. It'll take a long time for that ball to get there, and the runner's probably moving on contact. But the A says that the runner has to hold, so I'll just go with it. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but I'll go with it anyway, just because that's what the rules say. Here's Chili Davis. It's a 2-8 for Chili Davis, and that's a single to center field, so it's a moot point anyway. Single by Chili Davis. We know Richards will score from 3rd. Question is, does Gladden score from 2nd? The single went to center, and again, Drenier's a -1. And the runner, Gladden, was not being held because they had a runner in front of him already at 3rd. So he gets the full benefit of his run rating, which in this case for Gladden is a 17. So it's 17 -1 is a 16. They'll go ahead and take those odds. With 1 out, they don't want to take a chance. They're going to go ahead and send him. And it's 15. He made it, so he does get the run scored. So that's a 2-run single for Chili Davis. Cuts the lead to 5-3. And Sutcliffe getting roughed up a little bit here. Here's Jeff Leonard. Still only 1 out. Runner at 1st. 5-5 against a right-hander. 5-5 is a ground ball second base X. That is Sandberg. He is a 1, as you might expect. So a chance to turn 2 maybe. That's an 18, and that is a ground ball A. That is a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. But 2 runs come across for the Giants, and after 3 complete, it's Chicago 5 and the Giants 3. And we'll get a new pitcher for the Giants. And we may get a double switch too, because no, you know what? They're just going to go ahead and let it go. The pitcher would bat 5th the next inning, so there's a good chance that he won't bat. So they're going to go ahead and just keep it as is. And Frank Williams is in, facing Gary Woods. It's a 110 for Woods against a right-hander, ground ball to third. One away for Larry Boa. I'm sorry, not for Larry Boa. Sorry, it is for Larry Boa. I'm getting confused here. I'll get it straight. Larry Boa is the number 8 hitter. Woods is the number 7 hitter. So 8 follows 7. 6-5 for Williams against switch hitter batting left. 6-5 is a 1-19 double. 20 is a single. So that's a double for Larry Boa. His second double of the game. He's 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. How about that? It's going to bring up Sutcliffe, and he is hitting off pitcher hitting card number 4. Sutcliffe will come to the plate, batting left-handed. It's a 6-10 for Williams against a lefty. Ground ball shortstop X. Ground ball shortstop X, that's the LeMaster. He's a 3. And that's an 11, which is an error check. His error rating for LeMaster is a 32. That's a 4. So shortstop error of 32. Shortstop error 32. And a 4 is a 1 base error. So it's an E6. E6 on LeMaster. And that'll put runners at the corners with 1 out. Second error of the game on the Giants. Now we're up to the leadoff man, Bob Dernier. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Infield double play depth, looking for 2. 5-6. 5-6 is a strikeout. Big strikeout there. 2 down. Now infield can go back to normal. Sandberg, the batter. 6-6 against Williams. 1-2 is a single. Anything else, he will line it to second, and the inning will be over. A 1-2, and we get a base hit. Oh, that's going to be a line out to the second baseman. And that's going to end the inning, so no runs come across for the Cubbies. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still a 5-3 Cubs lead. And Sutcliffe back on the bump. And he will be facing Joel Youngblood, third baseman. He will lead things off. Sutcliffe trying to get his act together here. He's been getting beat around by a lowly Giant team. 1-7. 1-7 is a walk to Youngblood. So Sutcliffe walks the leadoff batter. Brings up Steve Nicosia, the catcher. They can certainly use a double play here. 5-6. 5-6 is a strikeout, so they'll take that part of it. Nothing wrong with the strikeout. Here's Johnny LeMaster. That's a 5-7. Another strikeout. So Sutcliffe likes that column 5. Here is Brad Wellman, number 8 hitter. Now if he reaches, they'll have to pinch hit for the pitcher. 3-8. 3-8 is a ground ball to short, so they won't have to do that till next inning, as the 4th inning's in the books. So they will go ahead and get 2 innings out of Frank Williams. At least that's the plan, to get 2 innings out of Frank Williams. And we go to the top of the 5th. And up for the Cubbies is the Sarge, Gary Matthews. He will lead off here in the 5th against Frank Williams. 1-11 is a ground ball to short. 1 away. That'll bring up Keith Moreland, first baseman. That's a 6-4 against a right-hander. That's a single to center field. So Keith Moreland homered his last time, singles this time, keeps the hot hitting going. Here's Jody Davis, catcher, trying to avoid the double play. 1-7, and he did. He struck out. So that's one way to avoid the double play, is to strike out. 2 down for the Penguin, Ron Say. Ron Say. 1-11, it's ground ball to short. That's going to end the inning. So Frank Williams certainly did his job. 2 shutout innings of relief. And he can take the rest of the night off, as he is scheduled to lead off the bottom of the 5th. Of course, he will not. We'll get a pinch hitter. And let's see who the pinch hitter is going to be for the Giants. Look at their bench. They've already used Gene Richards. So now they will go to Scott Thompson, another lefty, off the bench. Scott Thompson. Thompson on the 84 season hit 306, so good man to have up. He's going to lead things off. It's a 6-6, so we're off Sutcliffe's card, and that's a strikeout against a lefty. So strikeout to start the 5th for Sutcliffe, and he takes care of a dangerous pinch hitter in Scott Thompson. And we'll get a new pitcher for the Giants in the top of the 6th. And right now we're back to the top of the order, and Dan Mann from Gladden. 6-6 again is another strikeout. Second consecutive 6-6 roll. So 2 up, 2 down on 2 strikeouts. And here's Bob Brenly. Brenly, a 3-6. And it's a home run chance, 1-12. A double, 13 through 20. And that's a 1, so it's a home run for Bob Brenly. Cuts the lead to 5-4. Not helping Sutcliffe's ERA by any means as well. Here's Chili Davis. It's a 3-11. 3-11 is a fly ball to right. That's going to end the inning. But another run comes across, and after 5 complete, it's the Cubs 5 and the Giants 4. In this real game, the Cubs won the game 6-3. So already the Giants have scored more runs against Sutcliffe than he gave up in the real game. And now we'll get a new pitcher for the Giants. Let's see who that's going to be. They are going to go with another right-hander. And that is... Let's see if I can find him here. I'm going to go with... well, they might go with a left-hander because they got a lot of left-handers in the bullpen. Not that many right-handers, at least not that are carded. A lot of starters, but not a lot of relievers. They're going to go with left-hander Bob Lacey. Bob Lacey, former Oakland A. So Bob Lacey, third pitcher of the night for the Giants. He's going to be facing Gary Woods, Larry Boa, and then maybe Sutcliffe, or it could be a pinch hitter. We'll wait and see. Right now it's Gary Woods, and Gary Woods is loving facing a left-handed hitter, or left-handed pitcher. It's a 2-3, and that's a home run, and you can see why right there. That column against the lefties is killer, and he found it. A home run for Gary Woods. The only right-hander they had left out of the bullpen was their closer, Moon Minton, and Greg Minton. I just didn't see any reason bringing him in the 6th inning when you're behind. So that's the reason why I went to the lefty. It just did not work out, at least in the first batter. Here's Larry Boa, switch hitter. It's a 4-6 by Lacey against a right-hander, and he's going to get hit again. 1-14 is a double, and 15-20 is a single. Whoops, 15-20 is a single. It's a double. So Larry Boa, 3 doubles in the game. He is 3 for 3 with 3 doubles. And Sutcliffe's going to come back out and he will hit. Sutcliffe will bat. That's a 3-7, and that's a strikeout. So Sutcliffe out on strikes. 1 away for Bob Dernier. So Dernier against the lefty Lacey. 2-6 for Dernier is a single to center field. Now the question is, do you send Boa? Boa, as a runner, he is 1-14. He was being held. It'd be a 13. Center field, Gladden is 0. So it's a 1-13, but I think they're going to go ahead and just hold him up at third. And with only 1 out, and figuring Sandberg will drive him home. So here's Sandberg. 2-7, and he does. 2-7 against a lefty is a... No, he does not. Against a righty he would have, but against a lefty, 2-7 is a ground ball shortstop A. The infield is not in. So that's a 6-4-3, and that's going to end the inning. So that kind of cost them there not sending the runner. But the run, they do get 1 run on the home run, so Sandberg, un-Sandberg like hitting into that double play, but just happens. Go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 6-4 Cubbies. And Sutcliffe will see if he can't straighten things out here against Jeff Leonard. It's a 6-8 for Leonard against Sutcliffe. It's a fly to left. One down for Joel Youngblood. 4-9. 4-9 is a walk. So Youngblood has reached base all 3 times. Singled and 2 walks. Here's Nicosia. That's a 6-5, and that's a ground ball second base C. So the runner will advance to second, and now there are 2 outs for Johnny LeMaster. So LeMaster, chance to drive home a run. 6-7, and that's a strikeout, so he won't do it. That's going to end the inning. So after 6 complete, it is 6-4 Cubbies. And let's see, they're going to go ahead and let Lacey come back and pitch another inning. He's got a relief rating of 3, so he's used to going a little bit more. He's not just a 1-inning guy. Gary Matthews, the batter. That's a 6-8. 6-8 is a line out to short. 1 down for Keith Moreland. 6-9. 6-9 is a fly to right. 2 down for Jody Davis. Jody Davis, a 6-7. So I had a 6-7. I'm sorry, I had a 6-8, 6-9, now a 6-7. That's a fly to center. So Lacey likes his column 6. He got 3 straight outs. And his night is done. He pitched his 2 innings of relief. That's all you could really ask of him. And now we'll go to the 7th inning stretch. Sutcliffe back out. And he'll be facing Brad Wellman and a pinch hitter for the Giants. So we got to figure out who's on the bench for the Giants that can pinch hit. We got another lefty in Dwayne Kuiper. They also have Manny Trio, but they're going to go with Dusty Baker. Former Nationals manager Dusty Baker will bat next. But right now Brad Wellman's going to lead off. And then he'll be followed by Baker. So here's Wellman. 2-8 for Wellman is a pop up to third. And that's 1 down. All right, here's Dusty Baker. And in 84, Dusty Baker hit 292. So not bad. Probably a little bit better against lefties though, but we'll see. 1-7. He didn't, well, he got a chance. A 1's a home run. Anything else, and he will fly to left. And look at that. Dusty Baker got his 1. A pinch hit home run for Dusty Baker. Do you believe that, folks? A pinch hit home run for the Lizard Dusty Baker. Cuts the lead to 6-5. A 5% chance, and he found it. Sutcliffe doesn't like it. He doesn't believe it. He thinks it's rigged. Here's Dan Gladden. 2-8. Ground ball to short. That's 2 away. Sutcliffe trying to get through this inning. They'll probably bring in the bullpen for the 8th and 9th. Bob Brenly. 2 out space is empty. 5-4. 5-4 is fly ball center field Exester near. He's a 1. And that's a 10. So that's an error check. And he's an E6. And that's a 12. That could be interesting with a 12. Let's see how that plays out. Center field, E6, a 12 is a 2-base error on Dan Gladden. So 2-base error for Dan Gladden. E8. And Brenly will reach. He is now the tying run. So that's an error on Dernier. So he is on base, on second base. He is the tying run for Chili Davis. Chili Davis with a chance to drive him home. 6-9. Switch hitter batting left. 6-9. Ground ball to second. Sandberg has it. Inning is over. Giants do pick up a run, and after 7 complete, it is the Cubs 6 and the Giants 5. And now we'll get a new pitcher for the Giants. And we'll get a new pitcher in the bottom of the inning for the Cubs as well, just to get that part straight. And they will go ahead and bring Greg Minton in. Greg Minton is in for the Giants. And we'll be looking to see if he can hold the fort and keep his team in the ball game. So Minton's coming in. He'll be facing Ron Say to lead things off. Sutcliffe is scheduled to bat fourth this inning, so pinch hitter could be standing by. 4-12 for Say against a right-hander, Minton. Fly ball to center. One away. Here is Gary Woods. So Gary Woods stepping to the plate. Again, much better against lefties than righties, so might have a tough time with Minton. 3-3. It's a ground ball to third. 2 down. 2 up, 2 down. Here is Boa. Now, if Boa makes an out, then they may not take Sutcliffe out. We'll see. 6-9 against the lefty. 6-9 to fly to center. And that's going to end the inning. Now we go to the bottom of the 8th. And it looks like we're going to have a double switch. And the Cubbies, Sutcliffe's day is done. They will be bringing in Lee Smith on a double switch. So Lee Smith is in. Try to get a 2-inning save. And we'll figure out where he's going to bat in the order. He is going to bat for Keith Moreland. So Leon Durham is going to take over at first base and bat in the 9th position. And Lee Smith will hit in the 4th spot. So the Bull, Leon Durham, takes over at first base. Moreland is exiting the ball game. Durham will bat in the 9 hole. And leading off the top of the 8th will be Jeff Leonard. 6-5, so tight ball game. Lee Smith trying to save it for Sutcliffe. Try to get him in the win category, even though his ERA is going to take a little bit of a hit. 2-5 for Leonard, and that's a strikeout. So Leonard with the K. And that's going to bring up Joel Youngblood. Youngblood has reached base all 3 times, a single and 2 walks. 3-6, not this time. He's going to fly to center. So 2 down for Steve Nicosia, the catcher. And actually, I said Brentley was a catcher earlier. He's actually playing first base. So Nicosia is the catcher. And we might get a pinch hitter for Nicosia. But actually, no, he hit 303 on the season, so not going to pinch hit for a 300 hitter. 111 is a fly to right field, B plus injury, but I'm not doing injuries. So it's a fly to right to end the inning. We go to the bottom of, the top of the 9th, still 6-5. Greg Minton going to pitch his 2nd inning of relief because back in the 80s, the relief pitchers didn't mind going 2 innings. They weren't babied like they are today. And yes, they are very much babied. Okay, so let's see what we're going to have here. We are going to have Leon Durham to lead things off on that double switch. He will lead off against Greg Minton. 6-8 against a lefty is a pop out to short, so Durham is gone, 1 away. Back to the top of the order, and Bob Dernier. 5-7. 5-7 is a ground ball second base X. That's Brad Wellman, and Wellman is a 3. That's a 17, so that's a good play. 2 away for Ryan Sandberg. 3-10 for Sandberg is a strikeout. So the Moon Man, Greg Minton, does his job, goes 2 innings of shutout relief. We go to the top of the 9th. Last chance for the Giants. Scheduled hitters are LeMaster, Wellman, and the pitcher. But they got pinch hitters waiting in the wings. And let's see who they might go to here. Trio 254. They're going to lead off with Manny Trio. Manny Trio is going to pinch hit for LeMaster. Trio is going to pinch hit for LeMaster. And then we're going to have Wellman, and then we're going to pinch hitter for the pitcher after that. But right now it is Manny Trio. I dropped my die there. So pinch hitting for LeMaster is Manny Kingston Trio. That's a 6-6 against Lee Smith. That's a strikeout. So the pinch hitter fails. Here's Brad Wellman, second baseman. 3-4. That's a single to right field for Brad Wellman. And now we got a pinch hitter coming up, and it's none other than Jack Clark. And in '84, Jack Clark hit 320 on the season. So only 11 home runs, but still a good average at 320. And he's going to be up to face Lee Smith. 5-4. 5-4 is a fly ball to center. That's 2 away. So big out there. Last chance for the Giants is Dan Gladden, their leadoff hitter. Dan, man from Gladden. 4-9 is a single to center field. So the inning continues. Wellman will stop at second. So 2 on, 2 out, two on, 2 out, bottom of the ninth. 6-5 Cubs. Brenly, the batter. Base hit could tie the game. An extra base hit could win it. 4-5. 4-5 is a fly ball to center, and that's going to do it. So the Cubbies hold on and defeat the Giants by the final score of 6-5. Sutcliffe gets the win, improves to 4-1. Lee Smith gets the save. Mark Davis took the loss. And that's going to do it until the next Sutcliffe outing. So I'll forego the totals in this game and just give an update before the start of the next game. And that's going to do it from here on the Sutcliffe replay. Hope you all enjoyed that. And hopefully the setup was better where you can see the cards fairly well. And all the rolls and everything. The only thing you couldn't see, and like I said, I don't know if it's that big a deal or not, you can tell me, is the score sheet. I had that off to the side. But hopefully that's not a big deal. Alright, until next time, hope you all enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it. And I will see you all down the road.